Aloha, and thanks for joining this Showing Suite demo. I'm going to be showing off the Showing Suite system that's now provided by your MLS, Hawaii Info Systems. So thanks for watching. Stick with me, and I'm going to go over everything we can do for you within your MLS system now. All right, so there's two ways to view our scheduling system right now. There is the listing agent and the buyer agent view. We're going to go over these both separately. Let's start off with the listing agent view. So from now on, whenever you are entering in a listing, there's going to be an option under the showing instructions here to enable Showing Suite. Yes, no. If you choose yes, it'll enable a full calendar link for any agent that goes to a link I'm going to show off later on in this demo that enables them to schedule a showing on your listings. We have a full calendar view. It's really handy. It sends out to everyone by email or text, and I'll go into the specifics of that later. But really is it advantageous to toggle yes here. We also have an option to have Showing Suite send an email. If you toggle yes and continue on and finish the page, it's going to send an email to you letting you know a little bit more about our system. So now let's say we have a listing that's enabled with Showing Suite, and we want to toggle confirmations. So we want to determine who is going to get notified when that listing is a showing request is made and who needs to confirm. We're going to go to the listings here, and there's now an option under maintenance functions for Showing Suite. So this menu right here is how you interface with our system as the listing agent generally. We've got the three buttons here: Show Dashboard, Settings, and Statistics. We're going to not look at statistics right now. This is the feedback portion of our service. It's currently available only to subscribers. So if you are a subscriber, you can view feedback on any listing through this button. Otherwise, you can kind of ignore this. So what you do is you would enter in your MLS number here of the listing you would like to change confirmations for. Once you've done this, you click Settings. This is going to open up the confirmations options on the listing. So by default, the listing agent, you, will be notified whenever an appointment's made. It'll start off as only by email. However, you can enable text messaging as well. And this will allow a email to trigger out or text to trigger out to you whenever an appointment's been requested. You can also toggle between must confirm or if you want to be notified. If you just have must be notified and no other confirming parties, you'll just be notified when an appointment's made, but you won't have to confirm it. It'll just auto-confirm. You can also go down to additional parties. So we have a seller here set up. We have them to be notified by email, and they also have to confirm. So whenever an appointment's been made, it'll also have to go through the seller as well. And if we want, we can add in additional confirming parties, and you just fill in their name, email, and if you want them to get a text, and you can choose whether they must confirm or must be notified. You can also decide if you want to provide that person or that contact the buyer agent contact info. So for sellers, for example, you can choose to not enable this. This is sensitive information you don't want them to have, but maybe an assistant or something, you want them to be provided that buyer agent contact info. So this will be provided on the emails we send out when the confirmations are made. You can also set reminders here by opening this menu, and that'll have reminder intervals. So these will send out a reminder email and text shortly before the appointment is supposed to occur. Or if they've unconfirmed, this will also send out a reminder informing the contact, a certain amount of time prior that the appointment still needs to be confirmed. All right. So the other thing we can do on this is access the dashboard. This will give you a direct login into our service. So normally just when through the scheduling pages, you get some surface interaction with our system. But if you want to actually log into your account you have open with us, the free account you get as being a part of your MLS, you just click the Show Dashboard, and that's going to open up your account. And you'll go to the dashboard or desktop for the account, which is your your portal that kind of shows you what's been going on. If you have any pending feedback requests or showings, you can kind of check those out in the alerts, and you can navigate around see what benefits upgrading your plan to Plus would include. I won't go into this too much. We do have another video for this, so that should be linked as well in the comments. All right, so that's pretty much the listing agent view. We're going to now look at this from the showing agent view and kind of how you would schedule a showing. So let's head over to search for a listing. All right, so I've already preloaded this listing we're going to try to schedule on. We can schedule one of two ways. In this search view, there is an icon. This is the showing suite icon. If you click this, it'll open up to the scheduling page. You can also click on the MLS number and view the listing details, and there's going to be a showing suite icon here as well. So once we click on that, it's going to open up into the scheduling page. All right, so this takes us to the calendar. If you want minimal interaction with our service, you just want to book the time, get out, and get on with your day. All you have to do is just select the date and time you want. Be aware there is an AM and PM toggle up at the top here. So if you don't see the time you want on the current view you have, be aware that you might need to switch it to an AM time or a PM time. It'll default to whatever time it is currently. So if it's currently 11 o'clock in the morning, it'll be AM. But as soon as it flips over to noon, it'll be PM. So we want to just select like 3 o'clock, scroll down, 30-minute duration, that's fine. Then we click Schedule Showing Without Buyer. So once we click on that, it'll ask us to confirm the showing request. Once we've clicked that, it'll take us to the page that lets us know that the appointment was scheduled. All right, showing request has been submitted. And that's it. You'll get an email once the appointment's been confirmed, and you can go from there. However, let's go over a few of the more of the options because we do offer some more options here. So at the top of the page, we have an option to send a question. This is very handy because this lets you kind of, if you need more information before you're willing to commit on a showing, you can go ahead and type in a question here. Say, does this house have pets? My buyer is very allergic. And when you click Send Question, the listing agent is going to get that question through an email, and then they can just respond back to that, and you'll receive the response back via email, so you can kind of continue a dialogue with them. And this will also be recorded in the showing clipboard that I'll go over in a little bit here. You can also leave notes about a listing, so if you think that you might come back to this listing again to schedule with maybe a different buyer or something, you can leave a note here, and this will persist between the page closing and opening the page. The other important option we have here on this page is scheduling a showing with a buyer. So if you choose to schedule a showing with a buyer, first thing you should know, we do not share buyer information with anybody, so it is completely private to your account and is purely for organizational purposes. It can just help to keep your showings better organized if you're adding in buyers and scheduling via buyer. So we will collect all of the buyers you schedule on. If you can use this search button to search for a buyer by name. If you were to search them by like first name or last name, it would pull them up here and you just select them. You can also add a new buyer by clicking this button, and it'll allow you to fill out a form really quickly to fill that out. And then from there you can choose to schedule a showing. Or if you're not sure what time you want, you can choose to add to cart instead. The benefit of that is if you're going through, you have a buyer you want to shop houses for, and you see a bunch of potential listings you want to schedule on but aren't sure what times would be best to schedule them to better fit your schedule, you can choose to just add it to the cart. So if we go right here using this kind of dummy buyer, click Add to Cart, that is going to add the showing to the cart. So if we scroll back up, showing cart, they now show in here, and we'll be able to, maybe after we've scheduled a few listings in the cart, we'll be able to add to clipboard and then schedule later. And that way we have like a full list of here's all these listings we want to view. Let's pick a time now. And I'll show you what the clipboard looks like in just a second. So that's kind of the benefit of adding a buyer. We have a tab here for buyers as well, kind of where you can manage buyers. So if we wanted to add new buyers, this is kind of where you can do a little simplified menu. The showing clipboard is where all of your showings are stored and your showing questions. So each of these menus, we can look at our confirmed showings, our unconfirmed showings, and our showing questions. You can see we scheduled an unconfirmed showing earlier, so that's still waiting here. We can see what time we requested it, the date. If we need to cancel or reschedule, that's an option here on the actions. We can also, if we want to add these showings into the clipboard to start scheduling them, anything in the cart, you can just import directly into your unconfirmed showings. If we want to, we can organize the clipboard based on buyers. So if we wanted to select a specific buyer, we could just choose one buyer or the other, and it would only show that buyer's showings and not every buyer's showings. Or we could just view all buyer showings if we wanted to. So a neat thing you can do is also you can reschedule your showing is if a showing doesn't, plans change, something happens, you need to reschedule. You click reschedule here. That'll open up a form that will allow you to reschedule to a different time. And if you have any showing questions, they will be kind of presented here in a dialog when you click the plus mark on the left side. So you can view any questions there. We don't have any submitted right now, so they don't show up here, but if you did, they would show up in kind of a text message dialog. The showing tour is an upgrade feature, so if we go to this page, it's just going to tell us it's one of the things we can get for upgrades. The showing tour lets you just organize showings for your buyer and print out a form for them, so you can kind of present it to them and say, here's the schedule for your showings. And then My Account lets you log into your account, kind of similar if you'd click Dashboard. This will show you any appointments you have scheduled. So you can kind of manage it from within your account too. You can also change some of the settings here. If you want to be notified by texts, you can toggle that and enable that here. Change the password on your account if you want to ever log in directly into our system. And add in photos and company photo and agent image to appear on your emails. All right, and that is the presentation I had for you today. Thank you for watching. Please, if you have any questions at all, just send an email to support@showingsuite.com, and one of our support team will be happy to answer for you.